And especially if you're over 50, you might be noticing a bit of a pattern. Losing weight suddenly becomes harder. Your overall energy levels just seem to drop off a cliff. And that stubborn belly fat? Yeah, it seems to stick around no matter what you try. Look, these are super common challenges. It is completely normal to feel discouraged by them. But here's the thing. There is actually a very real biological reason for this whole shebang.
Section 2. Your body at sunrise and the biological why.
We really need to understand what's happening behind the scenes while you're still snoozing. When you wake up, your body is actually already hard at work. During those early morning hours, a hormone called cortisol naturally rises to help wake you up. But what's truly fascinating here is that this cortisol spike simultaneously triggers the release of stored glucose straight into your bloodstream to give you an instant shot of energy. So if you're waking up feeling off, it's not a personal failure. It's just a completely natural biological process playing out.
But here is the catch. For many adults over 50, managing that blood sugar gets quite a bit trickier. Why? Because the body's natural response to insulin can change as we age. Your body is pumping out that morning glucose, but your cells might not be responding as efficiently to clear it out. It's kind of like a traffic jam in your bloodstream. And that is exactly why building healthy, intentional morning habits can be a total game changer.
Section 3. The 3-minute routine. Let's do a minute-by-minute breakdown.
All right, let's wake up that metabolism. We're going to look at a fast, actionable routine you can literally start tomorrow. And I really want you to focus on this number, 3. That's it. Not 30 minutes, not an hour, just 3 minutes. You do not need to commit to some grueling, sweaty boot camp at the crack of dawn to see real benefits here. We are talking about a bite-sized time investment that absolutely anyone can fit in.
Okay, let's break it down. Minute number 1 is all about movement. Right as you wake up, try doing just 10 slow bodyweight squats, 10 standing marches, just lifting your knees up, and 10 calf raises, where you just lift up onto your toes. And that's it. These are incredibly gentle, straightforward movements, and you can do them right next to your bed.
Now you might be wondering, what does this actually do? Well, the crucial takeaway here is that by activating those large muscle groups, your muscles actually start gobbling up that freshly released morning glucose for energy. It's literally putting that sugar to work. Even this super light activity gets your circulation moving and safely, gently wakes up your metabolism.
All right, moving on to minute 2. This is where we build on that momentum with 1 minute of controlled breathing. There's this simple technique called box breathing, and it works beautifully here. Here's how you do it. You breathe in through your nose for 4 seconds. You hold that breath for 4 seconds. Then breathe out for 4 seconds. And hold again for 4 seconds. You just repeat that little cycle for 1 single minute. Starting the day this way helps you feel so much calmer, it noticeably dials down stress, and it really sharpens your mental clarity for the day ahead. And now for the final step. Minute 3 is all about hydration. Simply drink a large glass of water. Think about it. After 7 or 8 hours of sleep, your body is naturally a bit dehydrated. It needs that liquid reset. Drinking water first thing helps you feel instantly refreshed. You can totally add a squeeze of lemon for some flavor if you want, but honestly, just plain water works perfectly fine too.
Section 4. Why this habit works and the power of 3.
So let's look at why these combined elements are so powerful. This routine works because it hits 3 incredibly important areas in rapid succession: movement, stress management, and hydration. By stacking these 3 core elements together, you're building a rock-solid foundation of basic habits, and that supports your overall health and creates this highly positive, intentional start to your morning.
And this brilliantly illustrates the real magic here, the time investment. Think about 3 minutes of this routine versus, say, 30 minutes of morning phone scrolling. Let's be real, right? A lot of us spend way more time just doom scrolling through our feeds in bed than it takes to complete this entire health-boosting routine. It is a tiny, tiny swap for a massive return.
Section 5. The 7-Day Challenge and Building Lasting Habits.
Okay, let's bring it all together now. Before we jump into a challenge, I want to be completely clear. No single morning habit is a magic bullet. Long-term health still heavily depends on the big pillars. We're talking balanced nutrition, regular exercise, quality sleep, and of course, always following your healthcare provider's advice. This 3-minute routine, it's meant to be a spark, A spark that works alongside and hopefully encourages a broader healthy lifestyle.
As our source material beautifully points out, sometimes the smallest changes are the easiest to stick with, and those are often the habits that last. I just absolutely love that perspective. So if you're over 50 and looking for a dead simple way to begin your mornings with a bit more energy and intention, I challenge you to try this routine. Just try it for the next 7 days and see how your energy shifts.
So, I'm going to leave you with this one question. Will you trade just 3 minutes of scrolling for a better start to your day? Because those small habits, they really do add up over time. Thanks so much for joining me today to unpack these practical ways to feel your absolute best. I can't wait to see you in our next explainer.